Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick, Lloyd Kirby here with you this evening as the Railers have a 7-point advantage as we get set for second half action. Josh, one of the keys you thought that the Railers are going to have to focus on Landon Wolf, as you know, he's all their offense right now, and their offense runs through him.
Well, and I think what you pointed out earlier too is the key is keeping our guys out of foul trouble. I think Froby with 2, Jermaine with 2, and with a limited bench with Hollinger, we saw a picture of him. He's got a huge knot over his eyelid, and he'll be lucky to see action tomorrow. That thing will swell up a lot more and become a lot more painful overnight. So you'll be lucky to see Mr. Hollinger. Nice minutes off the bench for Posgay. Funk on the bench in street clothes. Not sure what happened with him. So we're limited there, and foul trouble could become a problem. So we've got to figure that out as well. Play good defense, and we got to get some stops, as you said, against Wolf on this end. I see Mr. Coach Rose from Illinois Wesleyan over in the stands in the Effingham side. I'm sure he's here to check out Mr. Wolf. Yeah, I heard some rumblings, I think over when we were in Effingham in December, about his interest in Illinois Wesleyan, and I'm sure he likes what he sees here.
Why wouldn't he? You know, he's an all-around ball player, Josh. And, he can't score it. As we get set for the second half, it will be the Railers basketball. I'd like to give a shout out to Coach Farmer's wife, who is at home with the sick little one, so she was unable to make the trip here to Lincoln.
I gave a shout out to someone in the 217, and someone from the 618 needs a shout out now. So
is that the 618 down there?
We've got people down in the Collinsville, Edwardsville area checking out the Railers.
Hamlin with a little spin down low. He's able to finish as the Railers up by 9. Third quarter just underway.
Yeah, pretty nice to have Jermaine back in the lineup there after he saddled with 2 fouls for, I'd say about half of that second quarter. And Jermaine's had a nice night so far with 8 points, 4 of 5 from the line, from the field.
3 by Wolf, no good. That's Parker Wolf. Drive by Thompson, gets it down low to Marksman. He lays it up and good. Marksman, he has 4. Railers up by 7.
Yeah, might be one of those offensive nights, Scott, where the defense isn't kind of moving the way they're supposed to, but the offense, kind of keeps you in the basketball game.
Whiteman for a 3 up top. Got it. Cam Whiteman for a Chris Coyne. State Farm, 3-point.
Yeah, nice handoff by Singleton, and nice job of Whiteman to line up the feet and straight on 3-pointer from a couple stops behind.
Raiders back up by 10, 6:30 to go in the third. As the Effingham Flaming Hearts, they work it around. That's Thompson. He gets it down low to Marksman for another jumper, and he's wide open in the lane there, Josh.
Yeah, and the Railers right now getting beat off the dribble out front, so then somebody else has to fill in behind them because you've let your man penetrate, and then the middle becomes wide open.
Singleton up to the rim, no good. He'll be fouled. And when you got all your attention focused on Landon Wolf, that's bound to free somebody else up, and Marksman, the last 2 possessions, able to find an opening in the lane for 2 easy buckets.
Yeah, I really think Singleton was probably throwing the lob there to Jermaine. He's going to get awarded for 2 free throws, but it looked like a shot, but I think it was going right to the corner of that basket and up for a lob for Jermaine. But Dylan goes to the line, misses the first one, and Dylan comes in the contest at a 78% free throw. I'm sorry, yeah, a 78% free throw shooter, 33 of 42.
Second one rims out. Railers 43, the Flaming Hearts 35.
Every time the Railers can get to that 10-point lead, Scott, 8-point, it seems like the Effingham is able to match
for
it.
A 3 off the rim, no good. There's Wolf, who's swatted out there by Hamlin, and that's one way to get him off the scoreboard. Whiteman for another 3, that's a little too long. Hamlin goes up for the rebound. He goes back up left-handed off the rim, no good. Rebound, Landon Wolf. Whiteman with the foul. That is Whiteman's first. Team first. as Mr. Grunder has PA duties tonight.
Yeah.
You ever done that?
Mr. Block? No, I've not.
You
Mr.
want him?
Block? No, not really.
No?
Rather be up here by you.
Well, a lot of people would.
Mr. Block doing the official scores book. He hasn't been back there for a little while.
Bust out the stripes.
Yeah. Of course, D. Young and K. Young over there, manning the scoreboard and the clock.
That's probably wrong. Railers up by 8. They get it down low to Marksman. He kicks it out. Now they'll swing it. There's Parker Wolf for a 3. Got it. Little brother can hit him too. He's got more than 3.
No, he was a little gun shy after he shot that air ball in the first quarter, and the student section's been after him.
I thought he hit a couple.
No, but you know, right back into it here, Scott, where the Railers only up 8. Up 5.
Ewald for a jumper off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Parker Wolf. He looks to push. Stripped away there by Froby. Ewald kicks it up to Froby. Froby up, off. He's fouled. No call. No. Man, about ripped his arm off. No foul call, but it's out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Railers.
Yeah, and bad part is the referee didn't hustle to get in good position either.
Well, you didn't really need a good position to see that. Whiteman with one dribble, pulls up, jumper no good. Kind of off rhythm there, Josh.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to see him take that.
Well, normally when you're in shooting drills in practice, you don't off balance catch yourself dribble and shoot it, and it normally doesn't work out in your favor. And that time Cam feet weren't set, wasn't in rhythm, wasn't really ready to shoot, and took that dribble and just throws your rhythm all off.
Raiders up by 5, halfway through the third. Thompson gets it in the corner to Wolf. He'll dribble left, kick all the way out to his little brother. Now in the corner. They get it down low to Marksman, who's guarded by Hamlin. Over in the corner to Thompson, 3, no good. And it's going to be off of Thompson. Railer basketball. Coach Farmer doesn't like it. I might have to agree with him there.
Yeah, I think he might have made the right call, as that being the coach.
Yeah.
Might have made the right call, but we'll take it. We need it, Scott. We need a basket here. Railers up 5 with 3:35 left here in the third, and we've been on a little drought.
Whiteman up top. Railers up by 5. 3:30 to go in the third. Now Froby, he'll dribble right, kick out to Ewald. Now to Singleton, the sophomore. He'll dribble left.
Got to get it to Jermaine, Scott.
Hamlin and Marksman fighting underneath there. Good defense by Marksman to keep Hamlin from getting a clear lane. Now Singleton dribble, look for the back door, nothing there. Now to Froby in the corner for a 3. That thing brought some rain, but it is nothing but net, and that's another Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer.
Yeah, and a huge basket there. Penetration up the middle by Dylan, and Dylan was able to kick it out. That's a nice steal.
By Ewald. He's going to go up off the backboard and good for Will Ewald.
Yeah. Quick defense to offense, Scott. A 3 and then a steal by Ewald, which led to a basket. So a nice little quick 5-0 run, and Froby's got it again. That's over and back. That's over and back. Yeah,
yes,
you're
sir.
right.
Good call, Josh.
No, he didn't hit it first.
Well,
yeah, I think the official's right on this. I think Froby did not hit it first. I think it was off Effingham first, and then Froby touched it.
Railers up by 10, 2:40 to go as Coach Farmer has a little discussion with the referee, trying to get an explanation. And now we're going to get an illegal screen on Will Ewald. That must be a point of emphasis on the referee committee this year, Josh, because we've seen a lot of those called.
Yeah, they have. And a lot of high schoolers don't set a real good legal screen a lot of times.
Travel. Yes, sir.
Pressure defense by Singleton.
And Ewald.
He caused a lot of havoc, and we talked about the lack of personnel to fill in, and Dylan's logged every minute tonight, running the point on the press and also the point on the offense.
Railers up by 10, 2:30 to go in the third with the basketball.
And he has 12 points.
They get it down low to Hamlin. He spins right, up, under, and good.
Boy, great job by Jermaine. Yeah, he was. And I love that I used the bank board from a straight-on shot. You know, too many guys try to lay it right over the front of the rim without using that square, and Jermaine definitely traveled.
Oh, there's a travel, no call, as Landon Wolf got it in the lane, took an extra step because there was a defender there, and he got away with it, but he was able to finish for the bucket. He's got 23. Railers up by 10. Froby and Parker Wolf, that's going to be an interesting matchup as this game continues.
Yeah,
both
getting pretty physical over there, yeah.
Railers up by 10. Little backdoor to Froby, up and good. Froby with the upper hand on that play.
Yeah, and a great pass by Whiteman. Not easy, too, off a one-handed pass backdoor on a bounce pass. And these Railers have almost perfected that pass. They've ran it so much.
Kick out to Wolf in the corner for a three. Missed it.
Got him.
Oh, and Hamlin couldn't grab it. It's going to be off of him. Instead of just grabbing it strong, he kind of just reached for it. When he went to bring it back, it was off his hands, out of bounds. Going to stay with the Hearts on the baseline under their basket as Posgay checks in for Froby. Well, checks in for Whiteman. Wasn't supposed to be Froby. So Whiteman's going to have a seat. Railers up by 12.
Yeah, and now Wolf will go right into the middle against that zone.
All the way over to Wolf as Hamlin gets out on him. Now they get it down low to Marksman. Nothing there, kick it out. Now they'll swing it. Parker Wolf for a three, got it. That's his second three-pointer. 45 seconds to go in the third. Railers 52, the Hearts 43.
Yeah, and they've just kind of keeping themselves around, Scott, you know, and they just hit that three when they need it. They get that basket when they need it. They haven't been able to get a whole lot of stops on this end, but they've been able to continue to score the basketball.
Well, they've shut down Landon Wolf. Well, he's only has 2 points this quarter, but Parker Wolf is kind of able to pick up the slack. He's got 6. 17 to go on the clock, and they're going to get number 12. Nebrogi with the foul.
Yeah, just a second team foul on Effingham. Right now the Railers with only 2 team fouls too, so if any team wants to get closer to the bonus as the fourth quarter will wind down, they're going to have to do some fouling here.
Railers up by 9 with the basketball, 8 seconds on the clock. Third quarter coming down to a close. There's Singleton. He'll get to the lane, up and no good. Hamlin's there. He's going to go up, and he's going to be fouled before the buzzer. Yeah. He'll go to the line for 2 as time expires in the third.
Great job of rebounding by Jermaine. Didn't give up on it. Dylan missed a shot from about 5 feet with time expiring, but Jermaine, again, went up for it strong and went back up with it strong and was able to get fouled. Nice to see Jermaine get these 2 free throws to go.
All eyes on Jermaine.
And the lights are on the backboard. That's a little different, you know?
Could that be a little
home cooking?
Deceiving, or
if he makes them, it's not too bad.
Spun in and spun out.
One
Makes
for
1
2.
and 2. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Your score, the Railers 43, the Flaming Hearts. Railers 53, Flaming Hearts 43. Take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have fourth quarter for you, so don't go anywhere. This is Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Welcome back to Royce Anderson Gymnasium. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick, as fourth quarter starts, and Parker Wolf starts the fourth with a cool three-pointer, and just like that, the lead is down to 7.
Yeah, nice shooter's touch there by Wolf. Rattled around the rim a couple times and still able to get go. So again, Effingham just hanging with us.
Kirby drives up off the rim, no good. Gets his own rebound, gets it to Hamlin, who's blocked. Gets it, puts it back up. Then he'll be fouled by Marksman, and Hamlin will go back to the free throw line for 2.
And they're
going to get Landon Wolf with that.
Roby's taking some strong drives to the basket and has yet to get any calls in the second half. And I think Wolf's just hanging all over him, and he's just still strong enough to get by him and give himself a shot.
Hamlin makes his first. Second free throw for Jermaine, up and no good.
So 1 of 2 for Jermaine now, 2 of 4. Last couple trips for Jermaine to the free throw line.
Raiders up 8. Effingham with the basketball. Parker, Wolf over to Nebrogi. Now to Landon Wolf. Back to his brother, Nebrogi. Back to Parker. They swing it around. That's Thompson. Gets it down low to Marksman. He kicks it out. There's Parker Wolf up off the backboard and good. The sophomore picking up the slack as the Railers have limited his brother Landon to just 2 points in the second half so far, but Parker with 11. Railers with the basketball up by 6. Whiteman over to Singleton. Singleton dribbles left, cut off there by Nebrogi. Now they'll swing it back around.
Yeah, I got to go back to Jermaine, Scott. They can't stop him underneath, and we've kind of gone away from making him make any post moves. He's been able to get his own.
Stripped away. Parker Wolf looks to push, kicks it out to his brother. Nothing there. Good transition D by the Railers.
Yeah, good stop by Whiteman too. Way to stop the basketball. Both Wolves were on the prowl on the fast break, and Whiteman did a good job of stopping the basketball, stopped a possible score in transition.
Hearts with the basketball. They are down by 6. And going to be a timeout called by the Flaming Hearts. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. 5:52 to go in the ball game. It's the Railers 54, the Flaming Hearts 48. This is Lincoln Railer basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Welcome back to the welcome back to Royce Anderson Gymnasium. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick here, as the Railers have a 6-point lead with 5:52 to go in the fourth.
Big time for a stop, Scott. As you said, just up 6 here, and Effingham with a little momentum, carried really by the younger Wolf.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got 11 points. As you know, we went into halftime thinking game plan would be to shut down Landon Wolf, and that's exactly what they've done.
We've done a pretty good job of that. You're right. And now it's been the lefty, the sophomore Parker Wolf, able to knock down a few threes.
There's a drive by Wolf, up and off the rim, no good. Out of bounds off of Jermaine. It's going to stay with the Flaming Hearts on the baseline, under their own basket with 5:23 to go in the ball game. Effingham with the basketball, down by 6. Wolf all the way across to his brother Wolf. Now they'll swing it back around. There's a dribble by Landon Wolf. It pulls it up. Jumper is good. 54 to 50. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Raiders with the basketball. Froby dribbles, fakes it, nothing there, kicks it back out. Whiteman in the corner for a three, off the rim, no good. Fought for underneath, jump ball, and it will be Railers' possession.
Yeah, again, another drive by Froby, and as tightly as they have called it in the first half, they've not called much on, personally, the guy that's guarding him, which is Parker Wolf. And, man, he's been bodying the crap out of him going down to the lane, and Froby just unable to turnover on the Railers after a inbounds play. So, again, Effingham with the momentum here, Scott, and they seem to keep working the basketball around a little bit and finding that open shot, and so far they've been able to knock him down.
Railers up by 4. There's a three on the way by Thompson, got it. Just like that, it's a 1-point ball game, Josh, with 4:25 to go. Thompson with his 6th point on the evening, by the way of 2 3-pointers. Now the Railers with the basketball.
Gotta go to Jermaine here, Scott. Gotta go to him.
They're looking for him. Nothing there. Singleton kicks it back out. Now they'll swing it. Whiteman on the wing. Now Froby, he'll dribble left, guarded there by Parker Wolf. Now Singleton, kiss it to Whiteman. Whiteman will drive, he'll pull up for a little runner, no good. Rebound Marksman, and Effingham can take a lead with this possession.
Yeah, they've been battling here. A nice defense there by Effingham too, and the Railers really looking for Froby right now at all. I mean, that's all they're looking for. Dylan really has not looked to go to the basket or score on his end, and we've been unable to get it to Hamlin.
There's a three on the way by Parker Wolf. That's his 13th point of the half. And now the Effingham Flaming Hearts have a 2-point advantage with 3:15 to go in the ballgame. So at one time, Josh, Railers with a 12-point lead. There's a dribble by Froby, no good. Hamlin's there for the putback.
Nice
this ball game is tied. Coach Al wants a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here.
Yeah, it's been Jermaine got us an easy basket there on a nice offensive rebound, but again, Froby getting to the basket, unable to finish.
Lincoln Rather basketball brought to you by Lincoln IGA, Lincoln Park District, Rick Hand State Farm, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Lincoln Printers, Memorial Sports Care, Lincoln College, the Blue Dog Inn, and Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois. 3:03 to go in the ball game. Railers and the Effingham Flaming Hearts are all tied up at 56. It will be the Hearts basketball coming out of the timeout. What's Coach Al tell him here?
Well, we got to get some stops. I mean, there's not a whole lot of strategy and game plan. We've got to find a way to get some stops on this end. I don't know the last time that we've been able to stop Effingham from scoring, and as the scoreboard shows, they've made a heck of a run here in the second half and just continue to do that.
All tied up at 56. The Hearts with the basketball. That's Wolf. Landon Wolf out to his brother Parker. Now over to Nebrogi. They swing it around. And they're going to get Cam with a foul underneath as he and Marksman were battling underneath. So nobody in real foul trouble right now. 2 fouls across the board for the Railers. Parker Wolf over to Nebrogi. Now they get it down low to Marksman. He'll spin, blocked by Hamlin.
Big time block.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, big time put back on one end by Hamlin and a big time block on this end by him as well. So that's the stop we needed.
Railers with the basketball, all tied up. Get it down low to Hamlin. He couldn't get it, but he's able to kick it out. He walled for a three off the rim, no good. Hamlin tries to swat it out of there, but Marksman's able to grab it as Effingham has the basketball, all tied up at 56. Just under 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, nice possession there by the Railers. It wasn't smooth by any means getting it to Hamlin, but Hamlin made a nice pass over and they swung it around to one of the better shooters for the Railers in Ewald, and just couldn't get it to go down.
Thompson, he'll dribble. Now get it down to Marksman. Wolf's there in the corner for a three. Got it. He gets his look. He's a high percentage shot, and he's going to knock it down.
Yeah, I mean, if he's open, he's going to flat out put the ball in the basket. And 28 for Wolf.
Roby drives up and no good, but he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 with 1:17 on the clock. The Railers are down by 3.
Yeah, plenty of time. Minute 17 left here. A lot of ball game left. The Railers are going to need a score here, obviously.
Oh, it wasn't on the shot, but there's another foul by Parker Wolf. It's going to pick up his 4th.
And foul number 14, Parker Wolf, his 4th. Team 6.
Should have been fouled out about third quarter, the way he's been holding on to Froby.
Roby gets it into Hamlin, who's guarded by Marksman. Hamlin way up, no good. Marksman there for the rebound. And the Flaming Hearts have the basketball up by 3. There's a little steal by Singleton, gets it over to Ewald. And it's going to be a foul on Nebrogi. So Singleton's going to go to the line for one in the bonus.
Yeah, you're right, Scott. Good point there. Effingham with 17 fouls now, and Singleton has been in this situation a few times this year, Scott, and not come up well from the free throw line. Big spot here for the sophomore to knock a couple free throws down.
Singleton at the free throw line. Missed 2 earlier. Doesn't miss that one. Nothing but net for Singleton. He's got 13 on the night. 1:03 to go. See if he can pull the Railers within 1. Up. Got it. Singleton with 2 clutch free throws, and we're going to get a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. Lincoln Railer basketball brought to you by Ground Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Chris Coyne, State Farm Agent, St. Clara's, and Eaton Corporation. Josh, 1:03 to go in the ball game. The Railers down by 1. They've had the lead pretty much the whole game.
Yeah.
But Effingham able to go on a nice little run right there and take the lead.
Well, and I think if you're Coach Al, too, you got to start to think about fouling a few times here. You only got 3 team fouls, and you want to get yourself a little closer to that bonus if it comes time where you need to foul. You don't want to have to foul 4 times or 3 times. You want to have 1 and do it right away when it gets closer. So I think if I find someone now that doesn't have any foul trouble, and right now it doesn't look like everybody out of the court with just 2 fouls, I think I'd foul a couple times right away and maybe get it closer to like 5. That way when I need to foul, I can do it and we can get the ball back.
Singleton about had the turnover, but Effingham able to gain possession. There's Landon Wolf. He'll pull it back out. He's guarded by Froby. Now he gives it to Nebrogi. Back to Wolf. They want it in his hands.
Yeah, coach has got a foul. He's yelling out foul, I think.
And I think they're not wanting to foul Landon Wolf, but maybe his brother.
Well, at this point, you just want to foul someone to get closer to the bonus. And that just gives us 4. So if you get to 5 or 6.
Yeah, they've still got 2 more fouls to give.
Right.
And, the clock's kind of an enemy.
Well,
right
you can't allow about 20 seconds to come off the clock before you get that foul made. So timeout for the Railers. Now both teams with two timeouts left here. 45.7 seconds left. The Railers down 1, 59-58.
Coming down to the wire. And we mentioned it before, Josh, it would be a complete different game than we saw Tuesday night as the Railers traveled to Mount Zion. A good, solid Effingham ball club, and they're young. So this is, things to come. It's going to be a nice little battle between the Hearts and the Railers for, the
couple
near
years.
future.
Yeah, and it's nice for the Railers to be in a couple games like this. On this 9-game winning streak, I think the Mattoon game, and Rock Island were some of the only real close games that we've had. So nice for the Railers to be in a situation where it's a little more pressurized, and it takes great plays and great defense and great rebounding and then good shots on our end to come out with a victory.
See if we can get some kind of steal here.
Well, the great thing is you can be aggressive and not worry about fouling because you still got one more to give.
Kirby's going to pick up the foul as he falls to the ground. That's his third. Team 6. Now Effingham in the bonus. 43.6 to go in the ball game.
Now I don't think I'd foul for a little bit. See if you can get a steal and just play some defense.
That's what they do. And
looked like Dylan was trying to foul. Nieberge.
Really aggressive right there.
Yeah, he was, absolutely.
And that's maybe who they're wanting to get it to, Nieberge. And now they're going to foul Parker Wolf. That's Froby's fourth foul. 38 seconds to go. Froby just picked up his fourth. Railers down by 1. And Parker Wolf will go to the line for 1 in the bonus.
Yeah, and as you said, what a second half he's had now. 14 on the game for Wolf. The sophomore steps up to the free throw line.
Makes his first. He makes this, Josh. We don't necessarily need a 3.
No, plenty of time. Yeah, 38 seconds left. Plenty of time to attack the basket. They don't want to foul you, Scott. So
second.
We've got to still attack the basket.
Railers down by 3 with the basketball. Singleton. He'll dribble left. Get it over to Whiteman. Now Whiteman goes right to Froby. Froby to the lane. Spin up and good.
Well, and that time too, Parker Wolf's on Froby with 4 fouls. So coach wanted to get it to Froby and have him go. You saw Parker growl back way off of him. I'd almost change the guy who Parker Wolf is guarding because you maybe put somebody else on Froby that doesn't have to worry about foul trouble.
It's a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. 23.3 to go in the ball game. The Raiders down by 1. Effingham will have the basketball coming out of the timeout. So what's he drawing out here? Like a little isolation and let Nieberge grab the ball, foul him, see how he fares from the free throw.
Well, I think so too. And obviously you don't want to foul Parker Wolf, who just made 2. Obviously Landon Wolf is, I think he's 7 of 7 from the free throw line tonight too. So you got to pick somebody, maybe the big guy, Marksman. I think he might even be taking the ball out, so you can't worry about him. But yeah, foul somebody other than a guy or the last name of Wolf. But right now, Effingham 11 of 11 from the free throw line. And, it's been pretty much Wolf and Wolf. 7 of 7 and 2 of 2 from the free throw line for those two brothers. 28 and 16 respectively on the scoring.
There we go, Josh. 23 seconds to go. As Landon Wolf tries to get it in, he does, and that's exactly what they do. They let Nieberge go grab it.
Yeah, I know Landon Wolf, your best player and probably your best decision maker, but I'm not sure I'd have him taking the ball out of bounds. You just take away probably your best free throw shooter because he's taking the ball out. But we'll take it, and we found Nieberge, and he's got 1 in the bonus here.
Missed it. Rails with the basketball, down by 1. Here we go. 15 on the clock. Singleton with it up top. Now Froby, they get it down low to Hamlin. He spins around, dunks it, and he counts it. They don't call the foul, but Hamlin spins, gets the dunk, but no foul. Thought there should have been a foul. No call. Timeout Effingham. Railers up by 1. 7 seconds to go.
Yeah, that's a foul, man.
Yeah, that's definitely a foul that was not called. And we got a timeout. It's a full timeout.
Yeah, so timeout Effingham. The Railers up 62-61 with 7 seconds left. Coach Greg Alexander figuring out where the basketball is. Assistant coach from Effingham figuring out where the ball is. Obviously, the Railers don't want to foul here because it puts them to the free throw line. So it's going to take great defense, and I don't think you have Mr. Wolf. Rather than maybe he takes it out and gets it back real quick, Scott, but it's going to go to probably one of the 2 Wolf boys, I would think. 28 for Landon, 16 for Parker. And the Railers got to make sure you don't foul, play strong defense, and then a big one here, rebound. Don't give up an easy putback rebound. And it looks like they're going to put a little a second back on the clock. So I think it was 7.1 when we stopped at a timeout.
Where's Joe Ryan when you need him? This game would be over.
The refs have given him 8.2. I'm not sure how they can do that without replay.
Without a replay.
I wondered about that for years, but they continue to. The refs got all that to worry about, and they can still find a way to put something on the clock.
Here we go. Comes down to the last 8 seconds of the ball game. Raiders up by 1. They get it into Parker Wolf. He'll get it across half-court line. He'll call a timeout with 4.3 seconds.
I was always hoping for a Chris Weber there, where there was no timeouts left for Effingham.
They don't have any more.
Yeah,
it's a full timeout. Josh, let's take one with them.
Yep.
We're going to take a break. 62-61, 4.3 to go. This is Lincoln Raider Basketball, WLCN 96.3. Welcome back to Lincoln Raider Basketball. We got a barn burner here, Josh. 4.3 to go in the ball game. Raiders up by 1, but Effingham with the basketball on their own end on the sideline, and their best shooter giving it out. Look for a give back. And Coach Al
will take one. He wanted to see what Effingham let the lineup they had out there and where they were at, and then Coach Al calls his last timeout of the game. So a strategy here by both coaches, as they like to see. And Wolf was taking the ball. He was probably worried about Landon Wolf, but you got to worry about throwing it in and throwing it back to him.
Oh boy, 62-61.
Well, and the sophomores, Scott, lost on the last second 3 tonight.
Well, they can't do it twice.
I wouldn't think so.
But the odds are against them now.
They are against them, but crazier things have happened.
So it just kind of shocked me, though, that they had their best shooter inbounding once again, Josh, but then you got to look for him inbounding and getting the ball right
kind
back.
of take your concentration away from him because he's inbounding the ball, and then all of a sudden, boom, they hit you with a screen and they throw it to him, and he knocks it down. He hasn't missed too many tonight, Scott.
Well, if they're going to make anything, it's going to have to be from outside. We got Hamlin down low. They get it in. Parker, they'll swing it around. There's Thompson over to Landon. He's going to throw up desperation. It's short. The Raiders come away with a 1-point victory as Landon Wolf throws up desperation, but it falls short. And the Raiders move 11-0 in the conference, 21-2 overall. Your final score, the Railers 62, the Effingham Flaming Hearts 61. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have post-game show, so don't go anywhere. This is Lincoln Raider Basketball, WLCN 96.3 FM. Another Railer victory, Josh. It came down to the wire. Effingham made a game of it, went on a nice little run there in the fourth. Landon Wolf ended up with 28 points, had 21 at half. So halftime adjustments towards Landon Wolf were good, but his little brother, Parker Wolf, had 16 points in the second half.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go through the scoring, Scott. They were led, as you said, Landon Wolf with a great night. 28 points, 9 of 13 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, and 7 of 7 from the free throw line for 28. 16 for Parker Wolf, 6 apiece for Cole Marksman and Nate Thompson. 3 points for Drew Thompson, and then also 2 for Jacob Stoneburner for the 61 for Effingham. The Railers were led tonight by Caden Froby. Nice night for Caden. A lot of that was in the first half, Scott. 19 points for Froby, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, 7 of 7 from the free throw line. For his 19, he also had 6 assists and 3 rebounds, and the biggest basket of the night, Scott, 16 for Jermaine Hamlin. He had the basket that put the Railers ahead. He was 7 of 10 from the field and 7 rebounds. Also in double figures was Dylan Singleton, the sophomore, with 14, 8 for Cameron Whiteman, and 5 for Will Ewald for the 62 for the Railers. 62-61 here on a Friday night. As Scott said, the Railers are improved to 11-0 in Apollo Conference play and 21-2 on the season. We'll take another break. Be back here in just a couple minutes. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center postgame, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
(62-61), the final here at Roy S. Anderson as the Railers get another victory. It was a close one, but you know it took on a solid Effingham team. You know they fought back, they didn't give up. So congrats to them on a well-fought match. And Josh, you got some other stats there?
Yeah, it was hot shooting pretty much, Scott, for the night for both teams, really. Both teams shot the ball really well from the field. 20 of 38 for Effingham, 53%. They shot 50% from the three-point line for 10 of 20. And 91%, that big free throw miss late in the game by Newbergy. We picked the right guy to foul, Scott, the sophomore. Came here and missed the one and one, and then we were able to get the ball down into Jermaine for the winning hoop. They shot 11 of 12, 92%. They had 18 rebounds, 4 of them offensive. They had 12 assists on 9 turnovers and 4 steals for Effingham. The Railers shooting just a little bit better from the field, not as much from three. They were 52% from the field, 22 of 42, 6 of 15 from the three-point line for 40%, and a few free throws missed, 12 of 16 for 75% though. Not bad for the Railers. 22 rebounds, 8 offensive, and a couple of those were huge. Got to remember that offensive rebound by Jermaine late after I think it was a runner by Singleton, missed from about 5 feet. Jermaine got it, put it back in, and kept us right there. 12 assists for the Railers on 8 turnovers. We had 7 steals and 3 block shots, and boy, it got down to crunch time, Scott, and it was kind of interesting for me. Obviously, Parker Wolf was doing an excellent job on Froby. Froby had a great first half, struggled a little bit in the second half. But who did they go to when they needed a basket? It was Jermaine. And he delivered. He made the basket, got hammered with no foul call, and then down here we make a big stop. And interesting to see what Coach says about the game, because we haven't had a lot of these. You know, we haven't been down a lot lately. And we were able to fight and stay with it. And even when they made a run, that we were able to answer. You're going to see a lot of that, I think, Scott, as we get going toward the end of the season with some of the teams that we're playing with not a lot to lose, and the Railers have everything too.
Yeah, they do, as Coach Al makes his way up here, putting the headset on. Coach, another close one here tonight at Roy S., and the Railers able to pull away there and come away with a 1-point victory. Had a nice, comfortable lead early on, but Effingham able to come back second half. Second half game plan shut down Landon Wolf, but Parker Wolf stepped it up and had 16 points second half.
Yeah, you know, those two there are pretty good basketball players. You know, and you put all your efforts into one, the other one's out there somewhere, and you know, I didn't think we recognized very well. I think they run a great offense that has kids moving, and our kids don't talk enough to be able to pick up and know where everybody's at. And I think that's a downfall of our kids, is they just won't talk. I'm sure they talk at home or they talk in the classroom.
Well, I don't think
not supposed to.
It's all this.
Out on the coaching or out on the floor, I'm not sure they do much talking.
Maybe they could text out there to be a little better. Coach, Jermaine was 16 points tonight, and he earned them tonight. Everything he had down low was contested, and the one towards the end there was contested and about ripped his arm off. No foul, but
I cannot believe that. I think 3 guys fouled him. I don't know what they're looking at.
Well, they're thinking
that guy, that'd been the game. If he misses that dunk, I might have been watching but on YouTube tomorrow night.
Well, Coach, you talked about the offense too. Early on, it was a lot of Froby and a lot of Singleton. Really good first halves, and I thought Caden was still getting to the basket well in the second half, but I thought he was getting harassed and bodied, and that Parker Wolf should have been fouled out in the third quarter.
Yeah.
But Caden still battled. You saw a little bit of that strength that he gained over the summer, and as he grew, still getting to the hoop. But a couple big offensive rebounds as well by Jermaine. I think Dylan missed that 5-foot runner in there, and Jermaine grabbled it up and put it in. That was a big basket. And then interesting, you go to Jermaine late in the game when you need a basket. You went to a guy that maybe a year ago or 2 years ago that you would have never guessed to throw him to.
Yeah, you're correct there. And, you know, we've got a lot of confidence in the guy, and, you know, he made a big play tonight. You know, he's so tough, but he's 6'10", 230, and when he starts moving off the block and they tell me that there's nothing going on, I got a problem with that.
Yeah, especially when he outweighs the guy that's pushing him out.
Yeah, and you know, I don't get it. You know, big guys get fouled too, and just because he's 6'10", don't give him a right to just beat the snot out of him.
Coach, you've had Coach, you've had a couple close ones now. Any concern with that? I know during this, well, now 10-game winning streak, 9-game, a little close one at Mattoon. Obviously, Rock Island, a good team here, and a close one here tonight. Does that help you in the long run, you think? Or
I think it does. I definitely feel it helps us to where they're not feeling the rope around, you know, tighten up, and I think it helps us to be able to know we can play under situations. We could have come down and started chucking threes there under a minute, and we just kept going to the basket. Dylan got fouled for the 2 free throws, and that got us back to within 1, which allowed us to be able to foul to set up and get the missed free throws. So, you know, it's just cat and mouse game, and we did okay.
Did you have to change things up defensively tonight? Maybe not be as aggressive because you didn't have much of a bench with Hollinger getting hurt in the JV game and Funk not dressed. So was being in foul trouble maybe a concern?
It was, and well, I don't know where Landon stands. He got popped with a bright
elbow. He's not looking real good down there.
And a no call on it. We got to turn around and play tomorrow against a very good Wheaton team, and they've got good size. They got good ball handlers, shooters. They execute. Their skills are really good. And I think the difference tomorrow night in the basketball game will be our crowd. So if you're not doing anything, you're going to see a really, really good basketball team from up north come down and play, and hopefully we can respond to them.
Coach, now real quick before we let you go, 21-2 now in the season. You're going to see a lot of this type of effort, I think, from teams that need those wins against a 21-2 team to get their ranking in the region a little bit higher. And all you guys can do is basically sit back and keep where you're probably going to be. What difference do you tell the guys right now? Because you're going to have a target, and a lot of these guys are going to play loose that you're playing against.
I think we have to win some more. Taylorville's sitting right there at they got 3 or 4 losses, but I think they're sitting there, and you could very easily step up and get if we went to lost 3 or 4 or 5. Well, we got 2 more before the seeding meeting.
Yeah.
So we need to split those, and I think we would be safe at number 2. But we want to be on a roll and playing well and not thinking about what could have been. So we're going to come to play tomorrow night.
That's all I got, Josh.
All right, Coach.
Need to call Mick and get him here and cut Landon's eye open.
Yeah,
looks like Rocky Balboa down there.
He may not be. He'll be lucky to see out of that thing tomorrow. But Coach, congrats on the win, and of course we'll see you 5 o'clock and 6:30 tomorrow night, right?
Correct. There's a little confusion on that, but tomorrow's a Saturday game, and we've got a couple teams that we have Quincy on our schedule next year, and it'll be a normal time, and we've got Rock Island again, and those are normal Saturday night games that I don't know if they go at 6 and 7:30, but times are changing around on a lot of different things. I'm even open to a Saturday afternoon game. Your NCAA plays it. I think it would be great to have a great ball game in the afternoon. Then you got your Saturday night to go out and eat, and that's more for me, I think, than anybody else.
Aren't you the AD?
Or go to bed.
You have the power to do it.
Well, we don't want to hurt our crowd, but I'd be interested to see if, come out on a Saturday afternoon and watch a couple good basketball games, and then you've got your evening.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Coach, congrats on the win, and we'll see you back here for another one going for 11 in a row tomorrow.
Well, thank you.
All right, that'll do it for us here in Lincoln. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow at 6:30 as the Railers are at home to take on the Tigers from Wheaton Warrenville South. Our broadcast will begin with the pregame show starting at 6 o'clock. For station manager Jim Ash, studio producer director Paula Kodat, and Josh Komnick, this is Scott Kirby. Once again, the final score, Lincoln 62, Effingham 61. The Railers now stand at 21-2 and 11-0 in the Apollo. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast and would like to thank our listeners for listening and our sponsors for sponsoring. This has been a production of WLCN Sports 96.3 FM. We ask you patronize our sponsors and say thank you for allowing us to bring you Lincoln Railer basketball. From Lincoln, Illinois, good evening, everyone. It's time to send you back to the studio for the Classic Rock Experience starring Jeff Number 2 on the Nighttime Fix 96.